I'm sweating because this is how much I hate confrontation. Welcome back to Poor Decisions with me, Candace. Today we're gonna be talking about toxic friends. This is a particularly hard subject for me because I hate confrontation and I'm horrible at dealing with conflict. So I feel like this will be very useful for both you and me. Friendships can be a super cool, great thing and make you feel really good about yourself, but sometimes they cannot be good for your mental health and just really make you feel bad. From master manipulators to people that are just really bad influences, we're gonna talk about how to identify and eventually get rid of those horrible toxic friendships. So cue that Boys to Men to say goodbye. Woo! So I'm gonna do my best to answer all the questions you gave me and help you find the right people to surround yourself with. You know, I don't really know what I'm drinking. I was handed this. It's nice and green and toxic, and I'm ingesting it. And that's gonna be our theme today. All right, so I asked you guys to send me questions about dealing with your toxic friendship situations. And I'm just gonna say, it might get a little deep, might get a little uncomfortable, but that's what I'm here for. So let's dive right in. So Chocolate Sleepy Bear asks, what is a toxic friendship and what are some red flags? Well, unfortunately, a toxic friendship is an array of possibilities. They're freeloaders, they make you feel bad about yourself, discredit you, criticize you, steal your man, and don't feel bad about it. Honestly, some of them are drama queens and they live for drama and every part of their life is drama, and you know what? We don't have time for that. Friendships are hard, they're work, but they're also two-way streets. If you feel like you're putting in all the effort and you're doing everything you can to make this person happy, it's not a healthy relationship. It shouldn't be completely effortless, but you should be happy to see them and happy to be around them, and they should make you feel like your best self, which sounds very cheesy, but it's true. Hey, it's Lychee asked, how do I know if I'm in a toxic friendship? You know, sometimes friendships just come easily and you can go with the flow, and sometimes they are work, but you want to work together and it's a two-way street. Double O Quake asks, how do you suggest getting rid of these toxic people or getting away from them in your life? In high school, in college, you're kind of stuck with these people and it can feel like you always have to deal with them. I was in musical theater. It's drama city there. I just had to either confront people or just try to live the drama-free life by really kind of avoiding them. Not in a like, I'm intentionally not speaking to you, but just don't fall into the drama traps. Mara Pop 96 asks, am I rude for cutting these toxic people out of my life and moving on? No, you're not. You're not rude. Sometimes if people choose to bring you down with them, it's really just not good for you. I feel like a lot of people aren't happy for their friends when they succeed, and that can be a big problem. Be humble. Des XZ Pina asked, why is it so hard to leave these toxic friendships, even though I know they're toxic? Leaving any relationship is hard, really, because you've spent so much time with them and you've gotten to know them really well. Odds are you're probably a good person and don't want to hurt their feelings. And that's also another thing that you have to deal with. It's either you stick with these people and you feel bad and you're dragged down, or you can just cut it off. It might hurt for a little bit, but in the long run, you're doing yourself a favor. And these people might not know the impact they're having on your life in this toxic way. Talk about the problems you've been having and what's been going on. You're not a perfect person, I'm not a perfect person, they're not a perfect person, but they might not know what's bothering you. But if they don't change, kick them out. You don't need that. Crapload fandom. This person's name is Crapload. Crapload X fandom asks a pretty complicated question that I'm sure people have dealt with. What do you do if your entire circle of friends is a toxic group of friends, but you're not really that close to your family and they're not always present? I think this can be a really hard thing, especially when you're trying to grow up and find that really great circle of friends. So when you move to a new place or a new school, you have friends out of convenience. And sometimes when those friendships get toxic, you can kind of feel like there's nowhere to go, especially if you're not that close to your family. But if you look at what really makes you happy and those activities, join groups outside of school or work, and those friendships will naturally come with it. Softy XOQ asks, somebody stole my friends away from me and they hate me, so I just stopped hanging out with them. Is that the right thing to do? Oh, softy, I feel like I've been there. You know what? I've been there especially when my boyfriend dumped me and he took all of my friends. He broke up with me and then they all hung out with him at lunch, and I sat alone at lunch and watched them enjoy their lives at the table, and I was sitting alone eating my tater tots, and it was so sad. One of my best friends before I got dumped started dating my ex-boyfriend and then was like, oh, sorry. Like, high school is the worst thing ever. I really think that you should talk to those initial friends that you did have and tell them how bad your feelings are hurt. It's not worth losing a friendship over. Laura D. Fell 3 asks, what do you do if someone won't leave you alone after you've tried to get away from them? You know, at some point, it might turn into being a stalker, honestly. No, but really, try to figure out if they're okay, because this sounds like they're a little desperate and might be hurting in some way. Punky727 asks about third-party toxic friends. She asks, what do I do if I'm friends with somebody who has a toxic friend? I think that there is a certain way to approach them about it without sounding like you're manipulating them or that you're coming off as a jealous friend. I would say, you know, Jenny, I'm gonna call her Jenny, I don't like the way that Sarah is making you feel. You know, I've noticed your mood has changed when you're around this person, and as your friend, I just wanna make sure that they're treating you right, and you just don't wanna come out off as this person that's like, well, Sarah's not treating you well, so you need to get rid of her. That was my Valley Girl accent. I think it's okay to tell them, but they might resist and push back and act like you're being a jealous friend. And, you know, in the long run, you were trying to do the right thing. Also, you can't tell people what to do unless they come for you. You know, at this point, you just need to give them advice and give in your 2 cents, but you shouldn't directly tell them that they need to get rid of that friend. As a lot of people say, have them turn the lights on with you. Don't turn the lights on for them. If it becomes a legitimately dangerous situation where they're being harmed, you might need to get an adult involved, especially if they don't recognize the abuse in the relationship. You know, I think I learned something. I think it's a little bit of maturity that comes with it, but it's trying to understand why someone is acting the way they are. And that means that there could be an underlying reason that you should ask about. I think sometimes when we're stuck in these toxic friendships, we forget that this other person is a person and something could be going on. So you just have to bite the bullet and communicate and just start the conversation. And I know that's super hard to do, especially with introverted people, especially with antisocial people like me. It's very hard, and especially if you're a people pleaser. I don't like making people upset. If it's gonna save a friendship, you gotta do it. But if they're just being a garbage friend, you gotta take out the trash. Oh my God, look at that. Oh my God! I'm sweating, you guys. I'm sweating because this is how much I hate confrontation. All right. Well, I hope I helped you guys. I hope it helps you to know that I got a little sweaty and nervous talking about this because it's not easy. It's not easy to be a good communicator or to cut someone out of your life. So if it was easier than you thought, odds are there's probably a problem. You know what? I would love to hear what your red flags are, your stories about how you got rid of your toxic friendships, or how you've been able to repair friendships in the past. And maybe it'll help some other people. Maybe it'll help me too. I have some toxic friends that I need to get rid of. I won't say who. Jennifer. No, I'm just kidding. Be sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to Popsugar Girls Guide, because I'll be here every Thursday talking about some crazy stuff, having some great people in, and just being by myself like I do. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at Candy Lowry and on Twitter, the Candace Lowry. I guess I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hopefully you're less toxic next time. See you later.